welcome back to my channel. This is Samantha, and today I'm going to be sharing with you our thoughts on the Memoria Press, The Book of Trees, so stay tuned. If you're familiar with our channel, then you probably already know how much we love Memoria Press. It is one of our favorites, and over the past 5 years we have homeschooled, Memoria Press has been used often. From history to language arts to literature, we just adore Memoria Press. And over the course of the past year, we have noticed how they've been adding more and more stuff. And for our next year curriculum, one of the things that Davis is wanting to add is the birds. If you've not checked it out, go and check that out on their website. I haven't gotten my curriculum yet, but we're excited about that. But until then, we have been doing trees. Now, our study of trees is called the Book of Trees. And with the set, you get the student book, you get the teacher guide, and you also get the student book. Now, you have the option of just getting this set. Let me put the little one up front. However, if you don't already have the other two books that are part of the set, I highly recommend getting it as one group set. If you already have the two optional books, then that is understandable that you would only get these 3 books. However, this book, the tree book for kids and their grown-ups, is awesome. I love this book. This is included in the set, but keep in mind you can just purchase this separately as well. But this is a book that is optional, and you can purchase it as part of the set. And then the Peterson Field Guide of Trees. You can see this is a pretty good size. So when we go out hiking and stuff, this goes in their backpack. It's the perfect size to go in their day pack. And it's coming so handy because he loves looking at the different trees. We'll take a snapshot. We'll add it to our observation, and I'll show you that more in a minute. But anyway, this is what you're going to get with the set. So I'll give you a look at each of these individually. Now, this set is recommended for grades 6 through 8. I will say that while Luke is in 2nd grade, he's obviously too little to do the student book. But he loves to listen as we read along in this book. It is just written in a way that, I don't know, it's inviting, and they want to learn more, and they love it. So while the student book, it is consumable. So if they were both old enough to be doing the book, I would be needing 2 books. However, Luke does participate in the reading because he loves it, so he's learning, and we're probably going to be repeating this with him when he gets older. But and the hands-on activities he likes to do. So anyway, just to kind of give you a look, if you're familiar with Memoria Press, you may know kind of what to expect on the inside of the book. But for chapter 1, I just want to show you, they will be learning their labels. So they'll be learning parts of the plans and things like that. So you're going to have this. And in their student workbook, they're going to be going back and relabeling these. So that is how they kind of cross-reference it so they learn it better. But you're going to have the diagrams like this throughout the book as you read. And you'll also have black and white pictures. This is still the drawn pictures. But then you'll also have pictures like this. So to me, it's the classic Memoria Press. I mean, this is what I expect for the Memoria Press, and this is what we love about Memoria Press. The simplicity is amazing, and the information that is in here, it will just, I mean, I don't know. We just love it. So anyway, that is the book. And I'm going to show you really quick kind of what you can get inside the student book as well. So here is the student book. Now, the student book is broken down into 5 units. And you have the root and stem system. You have the leaves. You have flowers and fruit. You also have observing trees. And you have photosynthesis and respiration. Now, the photosynthesis and respiration are the advanced sections. So those are addressed later on. However, this is what you're going to cover in this book. Now, the first off, let me just show you a little bit about how the lessons are laid out. And so I'm just going to flip to like lesson 10. All right, so you have lesson 10, and we are in the flowers. So this is unit 3 in the flowers. Now, with 1 through 3, those units you're going to be reading, and you're going to be answering the questions like this. And I'll tell you right now, Davis writes large. So we've not got to this particular one yet, but he writes really large. And most of the time, he cannot fit his answers on these little lines. So we do use a separate notebook. Just a heads up, if you have a student that writes really big, you may have to do that. But anyway, they're going to read the section, And so it's going to say up here, the Book of Trees, and they're going to read pages 43 through 47. Then they're going to open up the book, and here is the question. So you're going to have these questions, and then they're going to have the diagramming and labeling. So once they do that, then you come down here and you have activities. Now keep in mind, these activities are amazing. They're not something that's really hard. It's not something that you're going to have to sink a lot of extra money into. And it's activities that encourage them to get outside and to want to learn more about it. So for an example, activity number 1 in this particular one, and this is very random, there's activities on every one of them. One was simply going out in the woods and walking around to identify different trees. But if there are any flowers in bloom in your area, take a walk outside and see if you can find the perfect flower. A staminate flower, a pistillate flower, and identify the parts of the flower you find. So these are the types of activities that you're going to have. And like I said, you're not having to buy all this extra stuff to go with it. It's not going to break the bank. They're simple, they're straightforward, but it encourages them to learn, and they're able to experience this stuff firsthand. So in Unit 1 through 3, that is what you're going to get into. Now I'm going to switch on over here and show you just a little bit of observing trees. Now with this one, you are going to read as well. So you're going to read pages 59 through 63, and then you're going to be labeling your images. And once again, these are black and white, but I think most of us, just by looking at these, can probably pretty much guess what these trees are. So anyway, they're going to label according to their crown shape. But then, and once again, this one also has an activity. But then when you flip the page, it's time for the observation. Now the cool thing is in the parent guide, the teacher guide, it gives you examples on every one of these are filled in. So you can kind of know what they're reaching for as far as what they're wanting from the child when it comes to this. So the cool thing is they are learning to look at the bark, the structure and location of the tree, the leaves. Does it flower? And what about fruits? Is it going to produce fruit? Then they're also going to write the common name down for this tree. And then down here, they're going to be doing the Latin names. So they're going to look at the Latin names of the tree, the type of tree's natural habitat, and interesting facts they've learned about the tree. So it's almost like they're keeping a journal. And when they flip over, they have the option of they can draw and sketch the leaf. Also, if that includes a flower and a fruit, they can sketch that. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, Davis does not like to draw. It is just not his thing. He will, but he's not crazy about it. So is what we do when we go out exploring is he's a shutterbug, so he loves the camera. And he always has a camera around his neck. So when we go out exploring, he will take a snapshot. And with his snapshot, we record our information. So he does it that way. That's what works for him. By all means, if your child loves to draw, then, I mean, it's perfect. However, there are always ways that you can always tweak the curriculum and what works best for you, and this particular way works best for us. But just keep that in mind. And so, with the observing, you have 15 tree observations. So you'll go through 15, and they all look the same. And so, each of the pages, they're going to be observing 15 different trees and learning more about those trees. And then, and as you keep going and you get past the observations, you're going to be coming to the advanced work. Now, we had mentioned that. So it is actually labeled separately. So you're going to come back around and hit the advanced work, and that's where you're going to be learning about the photosynthesis and the respiration. And it is basically the same layout. It's not as long, but you're still going to have your questions. You're reading your questions. You're going to have your labeling. And it, of course, has activities as well. So that's just a quick look at the Book of Trees for the student book. Now, those that are familiar with Memoria Press are going to be familiar with the teacher workbook as well. This is wonderful because, as you know, it's going to have all the answers. And it's laid out wonderfully. So you have all the answers to the questions. You have the tests. You have the diagrams. And as I mentioned, you also have the observation. Now, obviously, they have not drawn anything in our blank, in our section here, but each observation is filled in, which I think is kind of neat. So it's got the tree, where was it located, and it has all this information. So let's say that your child gets stuck or maybe needs some ideas, or you can look at this and then go look for these particular trees if you're kind of stumped on what to look for next. So I love that it does have this filled out for us, just to give some more ideas. and so you know kind of what they expect, because a lot of times with some curriculum you're not sure exactly what to expect or how exactly they're wanting them to answer that. So that's what I really appreciate about Memoria Press. They make sure that they answer it so you kind of know what they're asking for from the student as well, so it helps you to be able to teach them a little better. But these are just some of the quizzes. This is the student quiz, and like I said, you're going to have the answers as well. So these are some of the quizzes throughout, just to give you a look at that. And a lot of them are labeling, which is very important, as you know, when it comes into botany. So you've got to know the parts of the plants and things of that nature. Now, as I mentioned, there are the optional books. Now, they do come in a set, so you can't get the Memoria Press, the Book of Trees set, and it does come with the 2 optional books. But I love that Memoria Press gives me the option to just purchase the teacher book or just purchase the student book, or to just, you know, that way if I already have these books in hand in my library at home, then I don't have to go out and purchase them. However, the book, the tree book for kids and their grown-ups, and I love this book. It is so great. And like I said earlier in the video, I do recommend it if you do the study, because it's awesome. But this is kind of what it looks like on the inside, because prior to me purchasing this, I wasn't sure exactly what it looked like. And so you do have the picture of the tree. It tells you about the tree, what the bark looks like, the nectar, the blossoms, your leaf bud, and it gives you up close of the fruits and the flowers. And it does this on all the trees. So it's really handy. It gives you the Latin word as well. So you also have the Latin word. And it breaks down, like for this particular one, the female flower, the male flower. So it's showing you the difference. But this book is a wonderful reference, and it actually is used as a reference. It's not a book that you're going to be looking at your student book and it's going to say read pages 2 and 5. You're not going to find that. This is simply a reference book to help your children to learn more detail and to see it in color and to learn more information. But it doesn't refer to you exactly to a page, but these are reference guides. And then the other optional book, and let me put this one down, is the Peterson's First Guide to Trees. Now, like I said, you see the size here. It fits wonderfully in our day pack. So this goes along with our birds and all of that we carry in our day packs when we go hiking. And it's laid out great. So it is a small book, but you can read the writing just fine. It does have pictures, so they can look at the different pictures. Like here's the water oak, here's the picture for the water oak. And it's just laid out wonderfully. Like that was the oaks. You've got over here are the willows. So it is classified up here, willows too. And this is just a great book. We have used this a few times. Here's your firs. And it has it broken down like that. It's even got circled parts that you want to look for. That's going to help you to determine exactly what kind it is. Like the eastern hemlock is a little bit different than the Douglas fir. And it's showing you that this is what you're going to have to kind of look for to know how to classify that. So anyway, that is just a look at this. We have been doing, as I mentioned, the Book of Trees for about 6 weeks now, and we love it. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. We really do love this program. And since we do homeschool year-round, we are going to be continuing to do this. We homeschool year-round, but we lighten our load in the summer months. And this is one of the classes that we are going to be continuing. We do it on Mondays and Wednesdays. And really, to me, this is the perfect time, spring, summer, and fall, to study the trees because of the flowers and the leaves and just so many different things. And everything's at our fingertips. So as far as going out and observing different parts, it's easier, in my opinion, to find what we're wanting to study. So we are going to be continuing that. Thank you guys for watching. If you are new to our channel, we would love for you to hit the subscribe button and stay around. If you enjoyed our video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and have a wonderful rest of your day.